This is Lindsay. It is September 14th. Yeah, 14th. 2024, and it's the evening, and I'm just gonna do a video in the dark here. I don't really, whatever. I'm lying down in my bed, and I just want to talk more about all this silly, how narcissistic individuals go out of their way to ruin and try to destroy somebody. And this is more about what I've gone through lately here in San Antonio in this past year, over this past year, with this person who is extremely psychotic or narcissistic, or at least has a lot of traits of that. Very manipulative, mean, controlling, pushy, demanding, and extremely a jerk, an asshole. And now I'm 100% sure that I know what I'm dealing with, as far as like what I had been dealing with. And it took me, I knew all along in the back of my head that this person was a toxic liar, two-faced liar, swindler, con man. But then it actually took me last night, speaking to somebody on the phone, an acquaintance, to get that reaffirmed. To basically, I guess I kind of had to talk to somebody like somebody who is also familiar with these kinds of men, I guess, or narcissists somewhat. So I kind of got some validation as far as what I'm talking about or what I've been going through, because I haven't talked about this with any therapist. What I've been going through for the past year, the abuse, the psychological trauma, the manipulations, this person acting like a handler, using me, exploiting me sexually and in other ways as well. I finally got some validation, and there's much more I could probably tell that person. It's a female who probably would understand, because it's so humiliating and embarrassing to try to explain this to even to anybody. Because first of all, most people don't believe me, and second, I don't get I don't want to. It's so that's why I make talk about it in videos, because what's going on is so fucking horrible that the government will do this. Will send out, or in my case, this individual was clearly sent by my own horrendous, fucked up family to discredit me and get me disinherited from what I was entitled to with my uncle, or my father, Alan. Okay, I know that this is all connected. It's so obvious how it was all perfectly connected, how that stupid fucking soulmate drawing thing that I got just so happened to kind of resemble him. That's all done by design, by the way. Like I have come to the conclusion that all this fucking draw my soulmate shit and those stupid twin flame sketches from these psychics is a bunch of bullshit. Okay, if you want to pay your money to do that, I'm just letting you know that what they do is that they're gonna find out where you live, obviously what zip code you live in. They're gonna find they're gonna go to the DMV or find photos of people's driver's license that could be God knows how old, and then they're gonna that's what they're accessing, are driver's license of people that from however many years, to try to match you up with somebody. But it's all done by design. At least in my case, it was. That's just an example of shit that these fucking government so-called psychics do. All they are government spies. They're not psychics. They're just working for the fucking government to target people. And me knowing that I'm that's just another way to target me and make me look fucking stupid and delusional and psychotic or whatever. So that's just one example of how the government uses, how this is all connected with the military, with the government, with these stupid fucking alphabet agencies, domestic espionage groups, Homeland Security, what else? Neighborhood Watch, fusion centers. It's all connected. And of course, these people who I've been encountering for so long, they're all clearly involved with some kind of cult. I don't know whether they're actively involved with what Freemasonic or Freemasons or something, some kind of cult of which they are involved with, a member of, I guess. And so they all have they take their little oaths. They know they have, they quote unquote secret society where they basically, I guess in my case, where what the people who are mostly harassing me are law enforcement, are sheriff's department, police type people, or military. And so of course they all know each other, and whenever you're on one of these lists for the government, whatever, they fuck with you. They're gonna all know about who you are. They're gonna all be involved with the smear campaign. They're gonna all take the side of the narcissistic abuser, no matter what. You're gonna be the one. The victim is gonna be the one who's labeled as being the perpetrator, because they twist everything to make you look like you're delusional. In fact, they are manipulating the entire situation by surveilling you illegally, and basically that's how they set things up, because they entrap you. They they spy on you, they stalk you, and they use all this information. Again, they hack into your phone, they listen to your phone calls, your computer, your email, and so obviously they can manipulate the narrative to their advantage to always make it look like the victim, usually it's a female, in this case me, who's a survivor of this fucking shit, human trafficking type fucking sexual harassment, exploitation. That it's always made to look, the victim look like the villain, the one who's a bad one, right? Like I'm a bunch of fucking asshole big men. Usually these men, in my case, are tall. They have to make sure that these men, they're just fucking assholes, okay? They're literal psychopath, fucking sex addict, coke addicts. You can tell that they're drug addicts. They're gonna lie about that. They're alcoholics, they're sex addicts, and they are fucking horribly ill-mannered, disrespectful. At least, and most of the ones who've been targeting me are Chicanos, Mexicans, Mexican Americans, and Mexicans or Hispanics, or the majority of the people, or sometimes, just foreign men, or Mexican Americans, or obviously are Americans, but they're just fucking, some of them, their culture is so horrible, so horrible towards white. They can't stand white women. They see white women as nothing but a sex object, somebody to exploit sexually and to basically make fun of. That's all that they see women, Caucasian women, as just an easy something that they can fuck with and use as a sex object. And this is what they all tell me. They've told me this. I've talked to, this is just a reality of their culture. It's a cultural thing, and they treat women like fucking shit. They're womanizers. Even they treat their own Mexican women like shit. That's why most of the men are divorced or single, or they're serial cheaters. They have incestuous relationships with their cousins. Sometimes they might have a kid with a cousin, that the kid is like a secret child, for example, or things like this. You're going to start finding out more and more things about these people if you're with them, as they slowly start to reveal the skeletons in their closet. They kind of slip up and start telling you things, and it's like, oh wow, it's like you're kind of like telling me a little bit. You'll kind of realize that, oh, maybe these people are, there's going to be always something really fucked up about their family, like incest, or like I said, some kind of secret child that they had with a cousin or a sibling, or they're still married but they say that they're divorced, or they're all criminals, okay? They're basically all involved here, at least here in San Antonio. The majority of the Hispanic men, because they're all involved with either some kind of a gang, or they're out of they're ex-cons, or they are involved with the human trafficking and drugs, drug trafficking. Even though they might have a cover job, whatever, they still do that on the side. And yes, a lot of them are working for the fucking police as snitches or undercover cops or other agencies, because that's all fucking corrupt as well. If you don't know this by now, if you don't realize it, all the fucking CIA and the FBI, the DEA, all that shit, basically they're just thugs in a uniform. They're doing the same things that they catch the criminals doing, only they wear a uniform, and that's about the only fucking difference. You're not going to find any of them who are honest, who really give a shit about the laws. No, most of them are just fucking corrupt crooks, just like the so-called criminals they arrest and put in prison, who are actually probably better people than they are. The people in the uniform are the ones you need to look out for, in my opinion. At least from my experience, I don't know. I mean, I don't trust anybody, but I've met so many people who have conned their way or manipulated their way into my life by fucking lying to me and using me, exploiting me because I happen to be vulnerable at the moment or too fucking trusting or nice. And so that's their little method of, that's what they do. And whenever they run out of supply, they look all over on the internet. They'll get on dating sites. They'll get on Facebook. They're going to have a lot of different women that they keep in their phone. And, you'll notice how with their phone, they always are really, they keep it hidden. They definitely don't want you to see their phone or their contacts. So obviously these men are single. They're all on the down low. They're all fucking closet. Most of them are gay, closet gay, or on the down low. They're bisexual. They're misogynistic. And they kind of secretly can't stand. They're just real. The only kinds of women they really prefer, if they get involved with women, yeah, they'll have a wife, right? They'll be married, but most of the time they treat that woman like shit. She's nothing but, just a house slave for him to make him feel, he's got a wife who is a fucking slave, she'll cook and clean and fucking do his fucking laundry and all that shit. If it's not his wife, it's his mother or some relative of his doing that. But usually they have a wife who they neglect, and she basically is just fucking a house slave, but they've got all these women on the side, because they're players, and so usually, but they're still, they'll say that they're divorced, but really, in fact, you'll find out that they're still married or they're just separated, but they keep the wife around in a different house or so, whatever, because they have a business going on together, and they still hang out and all this kind of crap. You're going to find this is very common with these Hispanic men because they usually always have kids out of wedlock. They usually have like about 5 different kids with several different women, and usually it's all out of wedlock, or they're engaged with multiple affairs with multiple women at once. They end up getting women pregnant who they later on abandon and neglect. And this is very common in the Mexican American community here, I've noticed. Probably the blacks as well, but I haven't been with black men. I don't date. I've dated some mixed race men, but I'm not really too familiar with what the blacks do, but I've heard, I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm talking here about Hispanics and Latino men, Latin Americans, or Mexican Americans mostly. They're very, at least here in this city, if they're not really educated, like formally educated, they act like they might be streetwise and they might be smart in other ways, but they lack intelligence. That's like there's some kind of a void missing in there. They're not very bright. They're definitely not very. They have such horrible ADD. They cannot pay attention to anything. Like if you're trying to talk to them or have a conversation, they're all fidgety. They have all this nervous energy because they're such sex addicts or alcoholics or drug addicts that they are constantly like needing a fix. And whenever they're around women, they can't control themselves. They're impulsive, and this is the way they behave. And that's why a lot of them get into trouble at their jobs or whatever, because they're promiscuous and they end up having affairs with women at the workplace, or whatever, because they can't control their sexual impulsive sex and unsatiated sex drive. And so they think that that's like they think, and you're going to notice, or at least I've noticed, that they're always bragging about their penis. They think that because they have a penis that they're a god, that makes them everything. And that they compare, they're always like, is my penis big enough? I have the penis of a black man. They'll say stuff like that. Just because what they're trying to do with me is make me look like I'm some kind of a slut or prostitute, when in fact it's the other way around. It's like these men are basically male whores. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they're escorts or something, but they behave like male prostitutes. They basically are. They're like prostitutes. That's how they behave. They're very, very like they have no sense of boundaries. They violate your boundaries. They have no respect for your house. They'll steal things if they can. They're just messy. They're disrespectful, and they're entitled little fucking punk ass shit fucks. Even if they wear a fucking suit and a tie and they have a good job, deep down they're still a fucking savage, acting like a fucking savage because of their DNA or something about them is just very savage in behavior, very much like a savage. And it's like it's like you realize that after spending that much time with somebody who's such a fucking savage type person, deep down they're just like behave like an animal, in the bed, whatever. They treat you like a fucking dog. That they're just dogs. They're animals. Like, you peel away the surface and they behave like animals, and they treat women like fucking dogs. And they really do, especially white women, because or at least it's just a fact that they have in their culture, especially in a place like San Antonio, where the Alamo and all these, there's a lot of animosity towards Caucasians, towards European race here. Okay, they're gonna play like they like you, and they're gonna act like but deep down they fucking hate white women. They just see you as a piece of meat and somebody that they can sexually fuck around with and exploit, because at the end of the day they're gonna go back to their Mexican wife or their whatever Mexican girlfriend, and they're gonna treat you like a fucking doormat, because all they want from you is a status, for you to elevate their status, to make them feel better because of because they think that, they'll start saying things like white privilege, and you're a spoiled this, and you're a little spoiled brat because you're white. You see how they behave? Because they fucking hate white people. And this is how I was being treated by this fucking asshole shit fuck con man motherfucker, using me, exploiting me sexually for that long, and just slowly but surely draining all my fucking energy and life away, and trying to turn me into somebody just because of his own fucking hatred and jealousy and envy towards me. And you'll notice that these people, this is what they do. And I know that I'm not the first. They are just fucking mean as can be. And I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. These motherfuckers they turn into stalkers when you tell them no. They won't accept that. They'll come fucking hoover you. They'll start harassing you and stalking you and not, bothering you to the point that, it's like, what should I do? Should I go to the police and call the police, or do a fucking police report? But then it's like, no, because these motherfuckers are involved with the fucking police. You see? So it's like a catch-22 no matter what, because they won't, because they see you as property. And it's like they seem to think that there's some kind of an agreement between you and this person, of which it's like, what the fuck? I never fucking signed a fucking contract with you motherfucker. And I never verbally agreed to anything either. So what the fuck is your fucking problem? So it's like, even though you tell them that over and over again, that you want to be left alone, you don't want to be with them, you don't like them, that they don't seem to understand. It's like they won't leave you alone. And this is what has happened to me, or this is what was happening to me with this fucking asshole, fucking narcissistic, fucking drug, fucking cokehead, because he's a fucking cokehead. I know that now. He's a liar. Everything's a fucking lie out of his fucking mouth. And he was just using me and trying to make me look stupid to elevate his status, because he's so fucking pathetic. And it's such a, liar. And so I guess he feels that he's got to, make sure that I die or kill me or have me slow kill. And I'm sure he's some kind of an assassin he sent to kill me. I'm quite sure of it, because I can feel he's a fucking demonic person, just like this other fucking Mexican demon who was in the fucking yard man who I allowed into my house, who pushed his way into my house the other day and stole shit from my house and started interrogating me, which was scary. Okay, I don't trust anybody, Mexicans, black, anybody, especially these men that are darker skinned. I'm sorry, but the ones that are the darker the skin, the more of a fucking savage sometimes they behave like. And I'm talking about the darker skinned Mexicans, the darker skinned people. Sometimes for whatever reason they start to get angry at the lighter skinned white woman. And it's always like the white woman or the white person is their fucking punching bag. And this is just because I've gone through this so many times with these kinds of men. The darker the skin, the more they fucking treat you like shit if you're a Caucasian. Okay? And I don't know what the fuck their problem is with me, because they're the ones who are playing the race card or acting like, oh, you have white privilege, you're just a spoiled white bitch, and this is a kind of hatred they have, and that white people are pretty much the minority anyway, it seems like, but they fucking hate. They do. But yeah, I know that they hate me, and I don't give a fuck, because I like myself, I respect myself. If these fucking dirty scum Mexican guys don't like me, then I quite frankly don't give a shit what the fuck you think, because I can peel down the onion and see what the fuck you are all about as well, and analyze your fucking sorry ass and see how dirty and scumbag fucking assholes you are, because most of them are just dirty scum, irresponsible, ill-educated. They mirror you. They just want to copy you so that you can accept them, and then they start, they don't have their own personality. They copy everybody. They mock you, and then they start to drag you down because of who you are. And this is just what they do. It's part of their culture, because you're going to find out that their mother hates white women, that everybody in their family can't stand Caucasians, and they hate the white people. And it's so dumb that this is what goes on, but this is the year 2024, and this is how fucking San Antonio still is, stuck in the fucking dark ages like that. You'd think that they'd be a little bit more evolved, but they're not. They still behave like they're like this is just how they are. And I know, because of the neighborhood I live in, how they treat people like me. It's a fucking nightmare. I have never been so disrespected and treated like shit in my entire life as I have in this city by these people who are just not very bright or very educated. They just don't. I don't know what it is, but they're just that way. It's like their family lineage, or they're cursed, and they just take out all this shit onto me, like I'm their fucking garbage bag, garbage disposal, to take in all that fucking toxic shit that they fucking put in my way, when I'm not, when in fact I haven't done anything except try to fucking just being who I am. And so, when somebody doesn't like you for who you are, then you know what? Get the fuck away from them, and don't just get them out of your life, because all they're gonna do is make your life a miserable hell, and you're just because they want to drag you down to their fucking misery. That's all they want to do. This could be your own fucking family. It could be anybody. If they're toxic like that, you're much better off just by yourself, talking to the fucking walls, or reading a book and just being antisocial. Because people nowadays are not at all, I have seen, I cannot believe what they'll do to try to steal your money, to try to, all the things that I've had to go through simply because of being honest and telling the truth. Amazing how society treats people like me simply for just being who I am. These fucking arrogant, stuck up, some of them wannabe type people who think that, or have to always have a one up on you. They just hate you for who you are. And I have seen it over and over and over again here. I'm not a fucking native of San Antonio. I'm a native Houstonian. People there were different. And I'm not saying, I'm just saying, but everywhere nowadays it's just a fucking nightmare because of the silly ass fucking Jewish fucking Zionist propaganda, social communist shit shoved down your face and thrown everywhere you go. That you're forced to have to, this is all that fucking multicultural shit that the fucking Jews do to make everybody, this is what they do. You can thank them for this shit. 100%. The same motherfuckers who keep the fucking borders open so that all this shit can happen. You can thank them for that. The Zionist agenda, social communism, Marxist communism is exactly that's what it is. And for those of you who don't see that for what it is, and you're pretty stupid, you're pretty ignorant, you're not paying attention to what's going on. You can see the fucking news and they're not going to talk about political Zionism. They're not going to talk about the real fucking problem in the United States, which is all the fucking money going to Israel for the fucking Jews to control everything that they don't already fucking control. They already control the whole goddamn fucking media and their fucking entertainment industry. And you people bow down to them like they're fucking gods. And that's your problem for being ignorant. It is what it is. And if you people can't see that they are the ones behind all this shit, then you're dumb. You're stupid. All I can tell you is that you're fucking dumb. If you're not very intelligent to figure it out. So, it is what it is, because they're the ones doing the fucking gang stalking. They're the ones doing all this shit. It's the Zionist Jews using biblical shit, using all this religious crap to try to brainwash people, organize religion and shaming, community-based shaming, where, they have to make sure that all the, because all these fucking religious cults always see the Jews as the fucking chosen people. And with that kind of mentality that they have, and people are so ill-educated and ill-informed, do you really think, you see what they're able to do? How they're able to control people with their fucking media propaganda? Well, they can't do it to me, because I'm way beyond that shit. But they try to do it to most people who are still fucking asleep and don't see it. Just like they fucking believe in the fucking 9/11 official narrative. That's how dumb people are, that they don't see that was a fucking controlled demolition as well. And I'm sorry, but you're fucking stupid if you think that was if you don't see that for the fucking Israeli Mossad, CIA shit, controlled demolition, so as to bring in the Patriot Act to keep you motherfuckers under constant fucking surveillance, so that they can do domestic espionage and have a reason to surveil you and bring in more laws so that you have less freedoms. In other words, they want to take the Constitution away, which you dumb fucks don't fucking care about, because you're so fucking brainwashed. And so, fuck the fucking political parties. It's the same fucking thing. If you're still dumb enough to believe that it makes a fucking difference if you vote or not, then you're really fucking stupid. You're dumb. Your fucking vote's not going to fucking make a difference, by the way. It doesn't fucking matter what fucking political party you fucking vote for. I suggest you not vote for any of them. If you're that stupid and brainwashed to not see how it works. It's real common sense, but most people are just too stupid to understand it. They don't get it, and they never will. They just can't critically analyze anything. And so they hark so there's a war against dissidents who see what's going on, the political dissidents because I'm fucking smart enough to figure this shit out, and so I get blacklisted and ostracized and gang stalked because I'm fucking smart. And these fucking dumb fucking asshat clown motherfucking handler, shit-fuck government, asshat, alphabet agency fucking order following retards who they send to fuck with me every fucking day, everywhere I go. Because they're fucking stupid order followers is what they're. They're fucking idiots. They don't know how to think for themselves because they have to follow a fucking order. If they knew how to think for themselves, why the fuck would they be taking orders from the fucking Zionist fucking Jews? Huh? Can you not fucking think for yourself or what, you know? I'm just saying it's very obvious. It's very clear what's going on, at least to me. And you can hate me all the fuck you want. Call me a anti-Semite, call me this, call me... I don't give a fuck what the fuck you think about me. Because it is what it is, and I'm not the only person who talks about this shit. You know, it's just most people are too chicken shit to speak up against it until you become one of their fucking targets of abuse day after day. Using these fucking demonic, perverted, sex addict people human trafficking me or who have tried to do that, who practically rape you if they get the opportunity and steal your fucking money if they get the opportunity and do everything else and get away with this shit. It's who are you supposed to report it to? Huh? Who the fuck are you supposed to tell it to? Because they're all involved with it. You can't get any help, basically. You're left isolated and alone. And these motherfuckers are all over the goddamn place. And this is real, because I've been going through this. And I go through it every fucking day just by trying to live my life. You can't date... These men they're all sociopaths. You know, they let in all these goddamn foreigners from all over the fucking place that are fucking sociopath criminals, rapists, shit like that, and nobody does any... That's the United States for you. It's a big fucking prison, a big fucking FEMA camp, basically, is what it is. It's good. That's what it's turning into. And unfortunately, I live in a fucking oppressed FEMA camp concentration type neighborhood where that's what they're turning this neighborhood. That's what it's slowly but surely becoming, is a big FEMA camp. You know, you'll notice how all the shit going on around here, it's all government fucking sponsored military crap. It's all done by the military. It's all government shit. And it's obvious. It's like a big concentration camp. And this is going on in these neighborhoods like the east side here in Denver Heights, right on the street that I live on, basically. It's going on all over the fucking place. And for you dumb fucks to not see this for what it is, then you're pretty, like I said, not very bright. You're pretty dumb. The fusion centers are controlling all the shit with the fucking gang stalkers. If you're a targeted individual, you know that these motherfuckers are being sent by the goddamn fusion centers to fuck with you and gaslight you and smear your name because you fucking reject a fucking narcissist or a fucking sex addict or drug addict or one of their little fucking higher-ups in their fucking drug culture or drug cartel, and so they're pissed off, and now they want revenge, and so they do the revenge stalking and the smear campaign and all that shit to try to silence you and scare you and shame you and humiliate you and all that shit that they've done to me. Yes, they have, and I know exactly what they're doing or what it is. So I've gone through all that, and I'm still alive. Even though they've tried to have me assassinated by this fucking asshole who was coming into my house, probably poisoning me, trying to kill me, I'm pretty sure, sent by God knows who, but to try to steal my money or have me killed so that he could probably fucking collect money somehow. I'm sure he works for maybe some insurance company or God knows what, but it's clear that he just wanted money out of me and used me for sex. And then try to get money from me. That's obvious. I'm 100% sure of it. So, that's what I've had to go through, and it's like, so it's like I've survived it, and I'm trying to now figure out what the fuck am I gonna do now, because I keep on calling these motherfuckers out, and they just the whole city. I can't go anywhere without being heavily stalked and surveilled. The whole fucking I'm under such heavy surveillance everywhere I go. that it's like it's pretty much dangerous for me to even fucking go outside anymore. And no one believes me. I don't have any friends here. I don't have any family. You know, they're all involved with this shit as well because of money. So, you know, it's like it's me against all these people, basically, and I have absolutely no help at all. None as far as any credibility. Nothing except a fucking gun to fucking shoot these motherfuckers if I have to. And that's about all I have. And I will fucking shoot them if they come near me and harass me. I'll take my fucking gun and blow your fucking head off. If you don't, but then again, even for self-defense, I guess I would get arrested for doing that. You know, so I can't really defend myself, but if need be, because I'm gonna get blamed for the fucking shit that they're fucking doing to me. They're always trying to entrap me. They're always trying to do shit in front of my face, like drug dealing. They sexually have exploited me. That I've practically been raped. I've been drugged. They have done horrible things to me, and not one fucking person in this city has done anything to help me. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing of any benefit to help me at all. And no one believes me. My own fucking mother, bitch, and her fucking asshole son are the main perpetrators. Her name is Kenny Baldwin. Her son is Carter Baldwin. And her dead husband, Bob Sussman's family is involved. Robert J. Sussman is fucking Jew. His fucking family is involved. Kenny Baldwin and Carter Baldwin are the three main instigators of this shit in my life. And I'm saying it again. Kenny Griffith Baldwin, Carter Armistead Baldwin, and Bob Sussman, who's fucking dead, or supposedly dead, who faked his own fucking death and is a fucking cross-dresser. I don't know if he's dead or alive, but he's behind it as well, or his fucking family is. And once again, it's about money. And so this is real. I'm talking the truth. I'm naming their fucking names. I can name more names of these people doing this to me if you want. And I'll put it on my fucking YouTube channel. And let you people figure it out and help me. You know, if you want to help me, then fucking help me figure it out. Because these people are trying to kill me, basically.